Hi, this is Mehdi,
Hey, this is Fran.
and this is Total Tactics Football. Fran, what an end to the season. How are you feeling?
Man, that was such a fantastic game for Aston Villa because the results of Bournemouth and both Watford, seemed in doubt, even though Arsenal had such a massive lead and Everton started off, in the lead as well. And obviously, it all kind of went to plan with Villa.
No, definitely. I think it's just each of those teams, they gave it their all. A bit too late for Bournemouth and Watford, and Aston Villa's win last week really made a difference today. But the man we want to talk about is Jack Grealish. What a captain, what a player.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd like to give a bit of a credit to Dean Smith too, because he's done a fantastic job, and I think they really worked on their defense, which really helped iron out that kind of fit finish at the end of the season. But when you look at the squads of Watford, Bournemouth, and Villa, I mean, you can see the key difference maker is, as you mentioned, Grealish, and he's a fantastic player. Not only just because he's such a great creator, but he's really able to push the team forwards by actually scoring goals, drawing key fouls, and doing pretty much everything really all over the park.
Well, that's what is interesting. It's like the game against Arsenal. He was everywhere on the pitch. He's playing on the right hand side, left hand side, and the fact that he's so versatile, his fitness to be able to last in the Premier League while receiving all these tackles, is incredible. And I think that's what makes him so special. And Aston Villa knows this because to have someone who has the ability to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and to make things happen out of nothing. I mean, for a team that's been quite poor this season, he scored 8 goals and created another 6. Those are great numbers, and you've got a lot of people looking at him just because of his performances.
Yeah, I mean that's key. I mean he was linked with United early on in the season, but it seems like they're resigned to getting Sancho or nothing really in terms of offensive depth. But teams like Arsenal, who really suffer with chance creation and shot creation, could really use a player like Grealish. And you mentioned also someone drawing a lot of fouls. He's going to be aided when he joins a better team because there's going to be actually more space for him to operate. It's going to be, he doesn't have to make those kind of darting runs forward on the left where it's come out of nowhere, but he should have more space to actually work and progress and create more.
No, and even if he doesn't have space, it's the fact that other teams, the better teams, have generally a few other quality players, and that divides the attention of defenders. With Villa, if you stop Grealish, you're going to stop Aston Villa. But when he moves to a better team, he'll allow to be able to express himself more because he won't be the main focus of the opposition. And I feel that's what's going to allow him to take the next level. I think for him, these are incredible numbers to 14 goals contributions this season. If he wants to take the next step, it's time to leave Aston Villa. He's saved them. He's done well. Fairy tale ending in the sense because everyone thought it was over for them. They made it, but I think it's time for him to move on now.
Yeah, and I think you can kind of see that kind of like resignation when he, was so happy after they took that win versus Arsenal, and there was that kind of question, in the post-match conference where, whether he thinks he's going to be in Villa next season, and it seems like he has resigned to that. But when you look at who to compare him with in terms of creative players in the league, I mean, no other player outside of Manchester City and James Maddison, who just signed his contract with Leicester
Yeah.
today, is as creative as Jack Grealish. He has the highest shot creation actions per 90, with exception to all those players that I mentioned. So he's going to be a massive buy. And we think it's likely a team like Arsenal that needs him the most. But how much will he cost them?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, considering before when Aston Villa were in the relegation zone, prices like 40, 50 were being, just thrown out there, which, at that moment seemed a bit ridiculous. But now, considering he's been safe, it could be one of those situations like Zaha for Crystal Palace, who they were quoting him as 60 to 80 million because it's a player that they can't replace. And for them, it actually means 60 to 80 million because they need to go out there to be able to get players who can actually make a difference at that level. So that is going to be a bit of a stumbling block. I personally feel. I felt them being relegated would have allowed him to move on easier, but now it's going to be a bit difficult. There's not a lot of money to be thrown out, especially for Arsenal. Tottenham have been linked with him before. I don't know what their plan is. Maybe they might have a look at him, but at the same time, United's interested, but do they really need him? I feel like they really want to go get Sancho first. That's like their main priority. They need someone world class on the right hand side. I don't even know. Maybe there might even not be a chance for this summer, which will be quite a shame because he deserves to be playing for a big team. COVID has come to effect. That's going to be affecting a lot of decisions. What do you think, Fran?
No, I agree with that, and I think the Tottenham mention is a good shout because we saw Tottenham's best football under a 4-2-3-1, but with Ali and Lamella really not picking up form or being intermittently injured and just showing kind of stints of poor play, Jack Grealish might be a player who allows him to play that kind of formation where it seems like Tottenham play at their best. Right now they play a lot of counter-attacking football, but with a player like Grealish, that could really make Tottenham a lot more tactically flexible. And I can see the same going with Arsenal too, but Arsenal do actually have to offload a lot more players.
Yeah, that's the problem there. And I think he might actually be a very important, like a player Mourinho might like. He offers defensively, he works hard, he carries the ball. It's about the transitions. He's very good at breaking from defense to attack. It's that link. I mean, you can see Mount does it, but obviously Mount does it. He's still younger, but you can see Tottenham needs that. He's been trying that with their 4-4-2 at this moment. But we all know Mourinho prefers a 4-2-3-1. Tottenham at their best, as you mentioned, and then position he might be a great shout for them
Absolutely. And we'll see what happens. The transfer market does open on Monday,
on Monday.
so there's a lot to come.
There's only 1 month to go. We're gonna have a lot of things happening very soon.